Hello everyone, welcome to YouTube channel MS Chem Insights by Dr. Aksa Habib. Today I am going to start the first lecture of electrochemistry. Its contents are Introduction to Electrochemistry, Introduction to Electrochemical Cells, and Introduction to Electrochemical Series. So first of all, let's discuss what is electrochemistry. Electrochemistry is a branch of chemistry that deals with the relationship between electrical energy and chemical reactions, which are particularly redox reactions and occur in the electrochemical cells. Electrochemistry basically focuses on how chemical changes can produce electrical energy inside a galvanic cell and how electrical energy can drive a chemical change in an electrolytic cell. Before going into the details of electrochemical cells, we must know the difference between cell potential and standard cell potential. Cell potential, which is written with this symbol, this is a voltage or electromotive force which is produced by electrochemical cell under particular conditions of concentration of reactants and products, temperature and pressure. It basically reflects the actual driving force for the chemical reaction at a specific moment. The overall cell potential of electrochemical cell is equal to the difference of cathodic and anodic cell potentials. While the standard cell potential, which is written with this symbol, is a potential measured at a standard conditions of temperature, that is 25 degrees centigrade or 298 Kelvin, 1 molar concentration for all the aqueous solutions, and 1 atmosphere pressure for gases. So the standard cell potential may be used as a reference point to compare the potentials of different electrochemical cells or to calculate the unknown potential with the help of this Nernst equation, which we will learn later on. So the cell potential can change with the conditions of temperature, pressure and concentration, while the standard cell potential is a fixed value. So let's move towards the types of electrochemical cells. There are basically two types of electrochemical cells. The one is galvanic cell or voltaic cell, which generates electrical energy from a spontaneous redox process. For example, in the batteries, which we usually use in our homes for wall clocks and toys. Here is a representative galvanic cell which consists of two half cells which contain salt solutions, a salt bridge and two electrodes where the redox process occurs, and as a result of redox process the electrical current is generated, which may be measured with the help of a voltmeter or an ammeter. The second type of electrochemical cell is electrolytic cell, which uses electrical energy to drive a non-spontaneous reaction. For example, electrolysis of water, which is also called water splitting, which consists of two parts, that is HER or hydrogen evolution reaction, which generates hydrogen as a result of reduction which occurs at cathode and generates oxygen at anode, which involves the oxidation process. As a result of this HER and OER, two products are formed, that is hydrogen, which may be used as a fuel for fuel cell, and oxygen, which may be used for different purposes. The main differences of galvanic and electrolytic cells are given over here. Galvanic cell involves a spontaneous redox reaction to convert chemical energy into electrical energy, while electrolytic cell involves non-spontaneous redox reaction to convert electrical energy into chemical energy. In the galvanic cell, electrical energy is produced by redox reactions, while in electrolytic cell, electrical energy is used to carry out a chemical reaction. In the galvanic cell, cathode is positively charged electrode, while anode is negatively charged electrode. In the electrolytic cell, anode is connected to the positive terminal of battery, while cathode is connected to negative terminal of battery. In a galvanic cell, electrodes are kept in half cells which are set in different containers and are connected with the help of salt bridge. While in electrolytic cell, electrodes are kept in same container containing electrolyte in molten or solution form. The application of galvanic cell is in commercial batteries, while electrolytic cell may help in the purification of a metal with the help of electroplating or generation of hydrogen for fuel cell during water splitting. As the galvanic cell implies a salt bridge, so we must know the function of salt bridge, which consists of a gel or porous medium saturated with a neutral salt solution of potassium chloride, sodium chloride, or potassium nitrate. This salt bridge serves three main functions. Number one, it maintains the electrical neutrality between these two half cells because as a result of redox reaction, the ions are produced or consumed in these two cells. For example, here you can see magnesium anode when oxidizes, the magnesium ions are produced in the solution and this solution becomes rich of positive charges. While when the electrons flow from external circuit towards the silver cathode, here you know the silver nitrate ionizes and silver ions are deposited on the cathode to get reduced while the nitrate ions are generated in the solution. So this solution becomes rich of negative charges. These negative charges start moving towards the salt bridge and then towards the anodic compartment. Thus this salt bridge allows the ions to flow between the two half cells and help to maintain the electrical neutrality by balancing their charge. The second function of salt bridge is it completes the electrical circuit by the movement of ions between these two half cells. This movement of ion is essential for completing the electrical circuit, enabling the movement of electrons in the external circuit, so it completes the electrochemical cell or circuit. The third function of salt bridge is that it prevents the mixing of two solutions. As the salt bridge contains a gel or porous material, it allows the movement of ions only, and this movement of ions is necessary for the redox processes and proper cell operation. Thus, salt bridge completes the circuit without mixing the two salt solutions. Let's discuss the electrochemical series. The electrochemical series, also known as activity series, is a list of elements and their standard reduction potential measured in volts. This series ranks the elements on the basis of their ability to gain or lose the electrons. You can see the elements on the top of this series, they have negative reduction potential, while the elements at the end of series have the positive reduction potential. It means that these elements are easily reducible while the elements given on the top of series are difficult to get reduced while they are easy to get oxidized, but the reduction potential is negative for this element. So in order to get its oxidation potential, we have just to change the symbol. For example, the oxidation potential for lithium is plus 3.0401 volt. And when we reach the middle of this series, we can see the reduction potential for hydrogen is arbitrarily given 0. And down the hydrogen, the reduction potential gets increasing with the positive value. And at the end of this series, the fluorine, which is highly reducible element with the highest reduction potential, that is 2.866 volt. So with the help of this series, we can easily determine which element is easily oxidizable and which element is easily reducible. Let's discuss the significance of electrochemical series. Electrochemical series is a very valuable tool for understanding the relative reactivity and redox behavior of different substances in electrochemical processes. It helps to understand the nature of electrode because we know each element given in the series has a particular standard electrode potential which reflects its tendency to be reduced in a half reaction. The more positive value for an element indicates a greater tendency for it to be reduced. For example, the fluorine which is at the end of series, its reduction potential is highest. It means that this species is reducible, so it may act as cathode, while the lithium which is given at the top of series, its reduction potential is negative. It means that this species is oxidizable and it can function as anode. So with the help of the value of this reduction potential given in the electrochemical series, we can tell the nature of electrode, that is either it may act as cathode or anode. With the help of electrochemical series, the reactivity of elements can easily be deduced because we know the elements are arranged from most reactive towards the least reactive elements from top to bottom. For example, the metal like potassium and sodium, they are highly reactive and they have negative potential values, while the elements like silver and gold, they have positive value of reduction potential. So the negative potential means they are highly reactive and the positive potential means they are less reactive. So the reactivity of elements can easily be judged from their reduction potential values. Electrochemical series helps to determine the feasibility of a redox reaction as well as the feasibility of chemical cell. A metal can displace another metal from its salt solution if it is higher in series. For example, zinc can displace copper from its salt solution by oxidizing and giving its two electrons to the copper. The zinc gets oxidized at anode with a positive oxidation potential, that is 0.7618 volt, while the copper gets reduced by gaining the electron generated from zinc at cathode with the positive reduction potential, that is 0.313419 volt. Thus, a combination of zinc as anode and copper as cathode makes a possible electrochemical cell with a positive cell potential, that is 0.4199 volt, which means this electrochemical cell is feasible. This was all about the introduction of electrochemistry, electrochemical cells, and electrochemical series. If you have any question or query, please drop me an email at the email ID given in the start of this lecture, or simply drop your question in the comment box. Thank you very much for your attention.